For more on this, I'm joined by El Cajon, California Mayor and congressional candidate Bill Wells. Mr. Mayor, welcome.
Good morning.
What is your reaction to the latest headlines you just heard from the border?
Well, you know, San Diego County has 33,000 people dropped off in the last 2 months, with 169 people on the terror watch list. We're very concerned, not only about what this is doing to the infrastructure of San Diego, which is already overwhelmed by this homeless crisis, which is much larger in California than anywhere else in the nation. But we're also worried about, with the war that's happening in Israel and things being so stirred up in the Middle East and anti-Semitism amazingly on the rise throughout the world. We're very concerned about people from Hamas coming into California, San Diego area, and we're worried about our safety and security.
President Biden is proposing 20 miles of movable border wall for South Texas, frustrating both environmentalists and those who want stronger security. What do you make of that?
Well, I always thought that the border wall was the smartest thing that we could have done to help the border. I'm glad that President Biden is coming a little late to the party, but willing to do something in the right direction. We actually should be securing our entire southern border with not a movable border wall, but a permanent border wall.
The United States right now has a huge problem with fentanyl poisoning the American people. Should
Absolutely.
President Biden bring that up when he meets with Chinese President Xi this week?
Absolutely. We need to take a hard line with China. Just the other day, which is just he was caught with 180 pounds of fentanyl coming in. I don't know how many people that could kill, but certainly every person in America. That 180 pounds is an amazing amount of fentanyl. We've got to stop this. China is sending the precursors to Mexico. Mexico is the one who's producing it. Both nations need to be held accountable for what they're doing to our citizens, with over 100,000 young people dying of fentanyl, being the #1 killer of young people in America right now.
In your view, should Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security, be impeached this week?
Absolutely, he should be impeached. He has been lying blatantly to the American public, telling people that the border is not open. It's obviously open. If you go down to the border, even if you go to our trolley stations in San Diego County, there is no doubt that the border is wide open and no enforcement is being done and no vetting is being done. We have no idea who's coming in, and we've seen over 8 million people come in under President Biden's watch. That's an amazing number of people, and it will change the complexion of the United States for decades to come.
Mayorkas' aides respond that he's been doing his job while House Republicans are trying to score political points. What do you think of that?
Mayorkas is just a liar. You know, there's no way to say it. I'd like to be diplomatic about it, but I can't. He is so rooted in ideology and a political narrative, and he has no concern for doing his job or for protecting the American people. He's an absolute liar and needs to go.
Bill Wells, Mayor of El Cajon, California, grateful for your time today, sir, and thanks very much for your analysis.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.